Recently, I decided to create some art. Not for myself though, but for you all, my viewers. Because y'all are such a great community and I'm thankful for all of you. So I chose 5 different ideas from members of my Discord server to make a masterpiece out of that I would ship to them for free. Before we get started though, I made a few rules for the art. Number 1, the art can't take more than an hour to create, just to make it a little more challenging. And that's all the rules. So let's get started. Yeah! I started with one of my Discord moderators, Green's ideas, who wanted me to draw their favorite Pokemon, but I didn't know what their favorite Pokemon was. So, I went with the obvious choice that everyone's favorite Pokemon is, Magikarp. After I did the basic sketch, I did a dark outline around the Magikarp and began shading it in. If you want to try this at home, getting the right shading technique is important, so practice, practice, practice. In the beginning, I did some light shading. But later on, I made sure to do some darker shading and have more contrast between the shadows and the highlights. Honestly, I think this Magikarp looks absolutely amazing and couldn't have turned out better. It's absolutely perfect. Yes! And in the final 30 minutes, I finished up some shading on the fins and made some final touches. I also added some bubbles around the Magikarp to fill in the blank space. What do you guys think? I hope you enjoy it, Green. The next idea I did was recommended by Corbin Breadstick, who wanted me to make Shabba Duck. Initially, I had absolutely no idea what this was, but with a little bit of research, I found that it was a funny looking dancing duck. To start, I made a basic rough outline of the duck and then followed it with a darker outline in pencil. This didn't take me very long, so I decided to also make a giant wave in the background, in typical ocean fashion. I added some surfers and swimmers as well. I then added some very light shadows to the duck and the wave, and I made a darker outline around the wave. I still had about 30 minutes left, so I added a few finishing touches, and I decided to add a thin, dark pen outline around the duck and the wave. After that, I added a few basic colors to the hat and the beak of the duck. I think it turned out wonderfully. What do you guys think? I hope you enjoy it, Corbin. After drawing Shabba Duck, the next idea came from Oliver 4 Clover, who wanted me to draw a deer that had antlers that was a tree with leaves, and also there was blue butterflies flying around everywhere. So then I started by making a basic outline of the deer's face and the antlers that was the tree. I added some basic branches as well. After finishing all the branches, I made sure to add a ton of clumps of foliage on the tree. Doesn't it look so good? Yes! After I finished this, I added some darker outlines around everything to add more contrast. And about 30 minutes in, I added shadows to everything to create even more depth. I then created all the butterflies fluttering around the deer so beautifully. With about 15 minutes left, I made sure to add a few finishing touches, including adding a butterfly being eaten by the deer. I think this is such a cool Easter egg. I also made sure to add a blue outline around all the butterfly to create more contrast from everything else. And I added a black outline and pen around everything. I think this one turned out so magnificently. What do you guys think? I hope you like it, Oliver. After drawing the deer, the next idea I did was oranges, who wanted me to draw an orange that they could turn into their profile picture. I couldn't refuse this one because they had please at the end, and please is the magic word. What a polite young man. I started by adding a basic outline of the orange. I then added a few more details to it to be more realistic and then added a darker outline around it. Wow. Then I added some dark shading to create more contrast between the highlights and the shadows, like always. This time I wanted to spice it up a little bit though, so I added some orange alcohol-based marker to the art, which blended everything so smoothly. Doesn't the orange look so vibrant? I had about 30 minutes left, so I decided to add some orange juice around the orange. I tried a new technique with the markers of blending 2 different colors together, and I think it turned out absolutely terribly. I then added a dark outline with pen around everything that ended up failing miserably. And I also added some shading with the pen as well. Doesn't it look like something that would belong in the trash? Yes! I hope you enjoy it, Orange. The final idea came from Epic Game Week, who wanted me to draw the Roblox symbol, which of course I couldn't refuse because it's such a great game. I first started out by drawing a rough outline of the Roblox symbol and then adding a pen outline around it. I also couldn't refuse to make an ocean that also is super drippy. Wow. I outlined this too. To fill in the background, I also added some clouds with some abstract circles around them. I also couldn't refuse to add color to the art because it looks so good. I added a cool mint to the sea to make it look extra special. I also added color to the clouds as well. I added some purple to the abstract circle rain. To make the Roblox symbol contrast in the background, I made it a darker blue than everything else and added some dark shadows on it. I did the same for the drip because it's drip or drown. I made sure I added darker outline around the Roblox symbol and then added a sun in the background to make even more contrast. Doesn't it look exquisite? I hope you enjoy Epic Game Week. So, what did you guys think? That might be one of the craziest videos I've made, at least for myself. Oh, that was a that was a wonder. I don't even like, I just finished editing it and I don't even know what to say. This was supposed to be the outro, but I can't follow up with this. See you guys in the next stream or video. I'll see you then. Oh goodness.